Hey, welcome back to the Friendly Fire Podcast. Please remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe. Our numbers are going up, and Spotify keeps telling us to make sure everybody follows on Spotify, so please do that. It helps us out a ton. Please leave a comment. We love reading them and responding to the fun ones, and if you're mean in the comments, that's also okay. Just make sure it's not about me. And other than that, enjoy this episode.
What you out there? Yes, clear. Loud, clear.
Friendly Fire!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That's it. Yeah, no, don't leave it as small as possible.
Make sure nobody can read it, please. All right, and let's get it going.
Welcome to the Friendly Fire Podcast.
Val, can we make that a little bit smaller, actually, Val?
Would you mind?
Thank you. There we go. Well, maybe not that big.
A little bigger? Yeah, that's it right there. That's perfect.
That might be... My lady's been not wearing glasses in public. Have I told you this already?
No.
Ariel's supposed to be wearing glasses, but she's been trying to be hotter in public. That's her goal for 2026.
Okay.
So she's been not wearing her glasses, but now she's just walking around squinting. So she's like, I want to be hotter. I don't want to wear my glasses. Now she's like looking at shit.
She's confused all the time.
Can I get a...
Is her goal to make you hotter too?
No, that's mine. No, we both are just getting married. So now we're like, we have to not, like, we both are like, something's got to change.
We got to get hotter.
Yeah, I got to get hotter. Me specifically.
Such an interesting thing to do because you do it where you go, let's get hotter for this like one day, and then after that's done, we can let ourselves go again. But we just have to be hot for this one day.
I think everybody should be doing this. I think you should be look maxing for.
No.
You should on and off cycle looks maxing.
No, man.
I don't know what looks maxing truly is fully. I know that it's that one kid who had a seizure on stream.
Baby.
Yeah, I know that his thing is like get as hot as possible, and I don't think there's anything wrong with getting as hot as possible.
I'm gonna be really honest. I actually think that what he's describing is not incorrect. Like the idea that things will be more accessible and life will be easier if you are better looking is not, I mean, I think that's a pretty common known thing.
Yeah, it's like, what do they call it? It's like girls call it pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege. Yeah, but then he's also doing like crystal meth. So it's one of those things where I'm like, well, at what point, when does crystal meth come into play for looks? Because I guess it makes you lose weight.
So that's what he's like for real on. Is he like
There's literally
Adderall
a cut of him on stream being like, I'm on crystal meth.
Hilarious.
And then that interview I watched.
Wait, isn't he autistic?
He's so I don't think he is like saying he's autistic, but I watched the interview he did with Andrew Callahan, and he for sure has autism.
Dude, imagine stimming at the same time as being on crystal meth. Like your sensory overload for an autistic guy has to be crazy.
Yeah. To be on meth and autistic.
And stim. I mean, because they fucking, like when they start getting excited and they stim and they fucking rub their faces and they have the headphones on like autistic stims.
You're talking about like love on the spectrum autism.
Oh, well, no. I saw a video of him full stimming. And,
oh, really?
See, there's a video. There's a video of him seeing penguins, and he loses his mind, dude. He starts doing the rock. He's like, oh, yeah, there's penguins.
Yes.
You know how autistic you have to be to see a penguin and be like, oh, fuck.
Well, maybe penguins might be the thing that we need to bring him out of looks maxing. Because I do think that what most people have said, and I agree with, is that he's autistic, and the looks maxing thing is his fixation.
Yeah.
So we maybe need him to become like the penguin guy instead. Like if we can get him around more penguins, we might be able to get his fixation onto penguins.
It's going to create hot penguins.
Yeah, but then he's going to
instill his discipline.
He's going to start trying to make penguins hot.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys ever wonder why she's not why you bring her your pebble and she doesn't want it? Because isn't that how penguins mate?
Yeah, they're like monogamous.
They bring like the nicest pebble or rock they can, and they're like, here's a rock, can I nut in you? Like that's kind of it, which is also pretty autistic now that I'm thinking about it.
It's also what we do too.
Are penguins autistic? They're like, I found the smoothest rock possible and I thought you would like it, here you go, can we have sex now? That's a pretty autistic move.
Yeah, and it is yes, it is also what humans do, where we go, this is a blood diamond.
Yeah, that's
look what I got you.
I got you a diamond.
Let me.
I spent
Let me get a little
3
bit-
months of my salary on this diamond for you. Can I get pussy for the rest of my life?
Let me break me off a little piece of that motherfucking pussy, baby.
And then diamonds are a
Let me get a little
scam
bit of that
too,
pussy, man. Yeah.
because they can create
That's
diamonds
how I
in a
ask for
lab.
pussy, by the way.
Is that how you ask
I'll be
your
like, babe.
fiance?
I'll be like, babe. Let me get a little bit of that pussy, man.
I have a question.
we go out to Applebee's.
Ariel, I was wondering if you mind breaking me off a piece of that pussy, please.
Yeah, hey, babe. I know your mom's coming tomorrow, and I was just thinking before she gets here and flies in, maybe I could get a little slice of that motherfucker. Break me off a little bit of that motherfucking pussy, babe.
Maybe if you could possibly just give me like
I think-
a smidgen of pussy before your
I'm
mom
looking for
gets
like
here.
a serving size of pussy. I don't want a
Yeah.
heap of it. I'm not asking for a. I'm not asking for.
I don't
like
need the
a-
whole container. I just need a serving.
Yeah,
size.
just microwave some.
There's
Warm
too
me
much.
up some pussy.
There's too much sodium in the full can. So
Listen.
if you don't mind, I would just take a little bit.
I fixed you a plate of pussy.
Hey,
I fixed you some pussy.
hey, Josh, I fixed you a plate of pussy. It's in the kitchen.
I don't think I've ever said the word pussy in a sexual. Like I've never been like, yeah, you fucking look at your pussy.
What?
I don't think I've ever said. I
You've
just know
never,
dirty
you've
talk.
never said pussy in a sexual way. It's
I've
all
never been like-
only riffs.
Only I'm riffs only with Matt. I have like I need you to understand we're in different leagues.
Bro,
to
this
this.
is so funny. I won't say who it was. I was in a conversation outside of East Austin about sex and like with a group of people and like what the crazy and like a crazy thing that somebody has said or done or whatever. And I said, unprompted, a girl I was sleeping with referred to herself as a hole during set. Like
A hole?
She said, "I'm just a hole." Like which is like it's just this like degradation kind of thing. And a comic who was there, I'll tell you after who it was because it makes it even funnier, was like, "Oh, I'm hooking up with this girl tonight that I've been like fucking. I'm gonna use that." And then that was on Friday, and I saw him yesterday, and he was like, "So I pulled it out." And I called her a hole, and in the middle of sex, she stopped and went, "Do not ever say that again." It's like, what a crazy risk to take.
Why would you do that?
It was nuts, bro.
You gotta
It was
warm up
nuts.
a little.
You gotta warm up. Starting with you're a hole is nuts.
Starting with your hole is going 0 to 100.
Yeah.
You gotta get halfway in between. Be like your dad doesn't love you.
It is funny to
Like-
think that there are guys out there pulling that kind of risk, and you're not even saying pussy.
I can't
You've
say.
never said like your pussy feels so good.
Uh-uh.
I missed your pussy.
I'll go like
Your
no.
pussy is so wet.
What are you? Don't look at me when you're doing this, dude. Quit doing the eyebrow thing. No, dude, don't stop.
You're gushing. Your pussy's
okay,
gushing.
dude. If you use the word gushing,
Gushing is not sexual at all.
no, but neither. Here's the issue that I have with pussy, baby.
Okay.
It's just too funny to riff about. Give me some of that motherfucking pussy, baby.
yeah.
It's
I
funny.
guess So
Because what am I gonna do? Look at me. You want? If I'm saying it's like a threat.
no,
Give me that
dude.
pussy. Come here. It's like when my dog has something in her mouth. I go, give me that. Give me it.
Give me that.
me it. What is that?
You're like holding it.
Give me the fucking pussy.
Spreading it open.
Okay. All right. You're using gushing and spreading it open,
so
and
easy to make uncomfortable.
well, no, I'm not. It's just make my tum hurt.
How often? I'm curious.
It's making my tummy fucking.
and you don't
ache,
have to
dude.
answer, but how often do you have sex where the only position you do from start to finish is missionary?
Like never,
Oh, okay. So you're at least busting out different positions.
brother. I'm inventing things.
Oh, you're fucking full of shit.
I'm
You're-
doing a backwards bridge. I'm
That's
doing the
crazy,
Exorcist.
bro.
I hang
It's
from a wall.
It's crazy to be like, no, we were doing a 96 is what I like to call it. It's actually an upside down 69 where I hold her, and then, but you're like, but I won't say pussy.
I can't. There's certain things I can't do, dude.
You say cock.
I'll say cock.
See that? I feel
I'll say
like
C and B a little.
I feel like cock is more aggressive than pussy by like a
No,
lot.
I think that pussy makes my tummy hurt. Like just saying it like
Gay.
no, saying it like no.
Clip that, Joke World. Clip that.
No, dude, I
Just,
think
just Josh
like-
saying pussy makes my tummy hurt.
Yeah, I'm like a sommelier. I'm like, what's in the pussy?
little iron in
I'm getting
there?
like a little afterbirth taste.
Yeah, this is gonna make my tummy gross. What's wrong with you, bro? So gross. It's like he's like, I'll say stuff and he'll be like, that made my tummy hurt, and then he's like, I taste afterbirth in your vagina.
Well, the vagina's worse. I just refer. I
You just don't-
go nonverbal when I'm into pussy.
Oh,
baby.
that thing feels so good.
I got
That's
no-
what he does. He's just.
I'll be like,
You're just not. Yeah, you're just like, oh wow.
I just-
What's happening down there feels great.
I'm just a series of grunts. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'll go, ugh. And then
What
she'll
do
be like, I need water.
That's
And then I'll go, yeah.
Always, dude.
There you go.
Ladies-
Now you want to hydrate.
Ladies always need water.
What is it with that? They don't want to hydrate before. You know, it's because you know what it is. It's like, have you ever ran you remember basketball practice or just practice when sports? Your coach would always be like, if you're hydrating the day of, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, man, I've been hanging out. What else have I been doing? I've been not saying the word pussy baby. This weekend it was Easter. It was Easter Sunday. Happy late Easter, everybody who's listening.
Did you do anything for Easter?
No. We went to go see a movie. We wanted to go see that one. We wanted to see two movies. We wanted to see
The Ryan Gosling movie.
Project Hail Mary. I wanted to go see that, and then we also wanted to go see The Drama, which is that one with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. And I looked up at showtimes, and we just drove to a theater that was right next to us on Sunday, and both shows were fully sold out. And then I went, well, then I guess that was the thing that we were going to try to do. So then I just went home and did nothing. That was what did you do? Anything for Easter?
This is riveting podcast.
I mean, dude,
especially because my day, I did even. I actually had a pretty good Sunday. I didn't fall asleep till 6 a.m. the night before. Dude, I had a spooky night in my own apartment. Like once every 2 months, I get spooked in my own place. It was a late night. First off, I just had late spots, so I didn't try to go to sleep till like 2:30. And I woke up, I fell asleep and woke up, and it spooked me out. I think what happened is my phone went off, but I'm not sure. It just felt like whew. And then I kept trying to fall back asleep, and that would happen over and over again. And when I'm really sleepy and having a hard time, I convince myself that I'm starting to become possessed by whatever spirit lives in my apartment, which is not. There's no evidence of that.
So you thought...
So I start praying really hard. I start going, God, please help me. Please keep me safe.
Wait.
It's a real thing that happens to me.
I need you to rewind.
Okay.
So you're having sleep issues.
Yeah.
And then
I've had sleep paralysis before, and I think...
You have sleep psychosis.
I think sometimes no.
You go, oh
Not
my!
Everything is psychosis.
Thinking a demon is possessing you because you can't
just
sleep.
Get spooked out.
You're getting spooked.
You've never been scared?
What's this? Of course I've been scared.
Yeah, you get scared in your own place. And
what's
then
the spook
you go,
though? What are you thinking?
There's somebody in the corner of my room.
Okay, that's the spooky thing that you're thinking about.
I just get these I get these weird feelings when I'm falling asleep sometimes where I get I've had times where I'm nodding off and I'm woken up and I hear something in my and I wake up like that. Yeah, it spooks me out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's happened more than once.
It'll be get out. And
No,
you're what?
I woke up one time and I just heard Matt and and I think what it is I'm nodding off and falling asleep and my brain starts dreaming.
Yes.
And then it just jolts me awake. But it'll spook me out, and then it gets to 4 o'clock, and I kept trying to fall asleep. You ever get it where your eyes are fluttering when you're trying to lay down? So I couldn't. So then I stared at my phone for an hour and a half, which helped.
What are you watching on that 5 a.m.?
TikToks. I'm watching Dr. Mike videos.
Dr. Mike, which one is he?
He's the hot doctor with the good hair and the glasses who owns people on his clips.
So what's he owning people about? I don't know.
He did one of those Jubilee videos that I'm a fan of where he sits in the middle of 20 anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theorists and just gives them stats that they go, nuh-uh. That's for 3 hours.
Yeah.
He does shit like that. And he started coming up on my algorithm. So I pulled up his podcast and I realized that in the bio, he's selling a course on how to be the media's number one choice in your career field, because most of his career was he is a doctor and he has a practice, but a lot of his career is morning show things and stuff like that. So he's selling $1,000 course on how to become that for whatever you do, which did make me lose all my respect for him, unfortunately. If you're an influencer and you're selling a course, I lose respect for you.
Yeah,
especially because he has a podcast that he has a YouTube channel that has 1 million subscribers, and then I also went to a Reddit page looking for people talking shit about him, and there is one, and they say that he buys him and his OnlyFans girlfriend, a thing that I just learned, buy fake followers and fake views and stuff like that. So whatever. So then I did that. So then I didn't fall asleep till 6. I woke up at 11. and I was supposed to be golfing at 11:30, which I entirely forgot about until like 11:15. And so I pound my coffee, 4 shots of espresso. I get to the golf course. I put a Zin in. The boys are already in the fairway of hole 1, so I drop one, I swing, and then I run out there. And then I was just like geeked. I was just like no sleep, 4 shots of espresso, nicotine, trying to play golf, and I was just like geeked out of my mind.
Do you play good?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, to be fair, I was playing with I was playing with Brandon Lejeune, Jordan, with the fro. I forget his last name.
McDonald?
Yeah. And then John Heft, who are all really really bad. Like really bad.
You're telling me that group of people aren't
like
extreme golfers?
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, Brandon played D1 football.
Brandon was a D1 defensive end.
Yeah.
So we're not going to.
No, we're not going to. But John Heft really kind of.
John Heft
is doing some of the heavy lifting in this assumption.
John Heft looks like a baby cow trying to swing a club. It's really bad.
To be fair, that's probably exactly what I would look like.
I would love to see you swing a golf club.
I don't think I have I don't have the dexterity.
No, you don't.
I've never swung a golf club.
I don't think you have the finesse side of athleticism.
I have a weird thing with athleticism, which is I never have the right technique, but I can figure out a thing that makes me be able to do the thing.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
I always wonder what even the actual definition of athleticism is.
Yeah, because there's so many. Because we've had this conversation before. Because it's like, is somebody who this goes back to that one argument we got into like forever ago when you stopped the car in the middle of the highway and yelled at everybody in the back seat of the car. Do you remember
weren't
this?
On the highway.
And
we were on the access road.
But it's like, is it? Because I think that athleticism is the combination of physical strength, speed, agility, power, endurance, and mental resilience, strategy, pressure performance attributes that define an athlete. It involves refined movement, coordination, and the ability to apply these skills in sports or daily activities. Key components include explosive power and endurance.
So here's my thing, because the argument we were having wasn't necessarily athleticism. We were the argument in which I slammed the brakes while we were all in the car was whether or not somebody who's been training jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts in general for a year
versus a boxer in 10 years
could ever defeat a 10-year boxer in a street fight, even 1 out of 10 times. And you guys were unwilling to give me even 1 out of 10.
I would also like to know while we're on this, this was 3 years ago. I was heavily abusing margaritas and Lexapro.
Yes, and we also had Jack in the car,
yes,
who is the most hard-headed, Boston-raised Navy SEAL who has been boxing most of his life. I mean, like, I've never seen Jack hear the other side of an argument and go, "You're making good points." It's always like, fucking no. Like, it's always that.
Dude, he does argue
which just truly infuriated me. And then you were off the margs. Your sodium level was through the roof from the margs, and we were having an argument. But we've also made the argument of athleticism, which, will you leave that definition on the screen for me? Somebody was, I got into a small debate about whether or not you have to be athletic to run a marathon.
Ooh.
And I thought this was a really good one, because I actually think you don't. I don't think you have to be athletic.
Now to run it entirely. Okay, here's the thought. Let me cut you off in the middle of this thought, because this is what I'm thinking. I think to complete one you do not, but to compete at one you do.
Yes, I actually very much so agree with that. To be able to be competing and worrying about your time in comparison to the other people and trying to place high, I think you do. To just complete one, I don't think you do.
I think it would suck. I wouldn't want to do it.
For me, people argue athleticism based on the first half, which is strength, speed, agility, power, endurance. In my opinion, almost any human being can achieve strength, speed, agility, power, and endurance if you train and you lift weights and you do cardio and agility drills and stuff like that. The second half of this is what really matters to me. This is what I really identify with. Refined movement, coordination, and the ability to apply these skills in sports or daily activities. That's the one that people are missing a lot.
Yeah.
Refined movement. The amount of guys I know who are strong, maybe even powerful, maybe they even have some speed. But if you try to throw them a ball, they catch it like this. Is like, if you can't just like snag a ball that's tossed to you, you're not athletic.
Yeah. There is weird people. Like I've met, you know what I've met that's weird, or the MMA dudes who were like didn't grow up playing sports, like didn't play baseball, didn't play football, but then they wrestled their whole lives.
Yeah,
that was the thing. I know people like that who throw like with their left-handed, and you go and you're like, that's crazy, but you could also maul me.
Yeah.
So then there's a weird thing too. I also think that this is why we should all just get guns. I want to like. I've been watching tons of videos about, not to completely do the athleticism.
No, it's
thing.
okay. It's okay. We can get off of that.
I have been watching these videos. There's this YouTube channel called Midwest Safety, I think it is, or Midwest Police Encounters or something. But it's basically the crazy. Will you pull these up, Val? We can't play one because they're like
but I can watch it.
Yeah.
These
dudes are like, these videos are fucking crazy because like, you see,
it's all body cam footage.
It's body cam footage, but it's like the most horrific shit that they like. I don't know how they're allowed to show it on YouTube.
Yeah.
These were making me have panic attacks, dude. There was what I've been watching. What I've realized from watching this, like lady cops are maybe the biggest liability in any. Lady cops might be the biggest liability in any profession ever.
Okay, this is a bold take.
Ever.
An anti-feminist take.
It's
but
not.
I'm here.
The amount of clips in here where there's like a suspect with a knife that's like walking around a gas station on fentanyl and is like
5'6" lady with a tight bun shows
up and tases the wrong person. I mean, like there's a video of a cop getting tased by his own officer while the guy is on fucking meth, like PCP, with like two knives in his hand, and the cop is on top of him trying to like pin him down. And the lady cop runs up to shoot the guy with a taser and then misses and hits her partner, and he just falls to the ground, and the guy gets up with two knives. It's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's a crazy...
When there's enough evidence. Also, like if I was evading police officers and one of them was a 5'6" woman, I could mow over her. Like I've very rarely in my life seen a woman where I was like, I don't think I could get through this broad.
What do you mean? Like you think like you could you could run like truly trucker?
If I was in a 7-Eleven and I was causing a ruckus, and they showed up and a female cop stood in front of the doorway, and I had to get out, there's zero doubt in my mind that with even a 6-foot running start, I could mow through any lady cop. I mean,
you are an explosive man.
I'm an explosive athlete, and I'm 6'4". There's no way.
Former D1 athlete.
No, not D1, but
what?
possibly in AIA, like Division II. But I also didn't end up ever like playing. So, but I was there, and
former D1 athlete.
Yeah, we'll say former D1 athlete just to lie to the audience.
Former D1 athlete.
Yeah,
dude. One day, this was so funny. That D1 thing. One day I'm hanging out. O'Connor played lacrosse in college. He was like he was like really nasty. He like went full scholarship and whatever. But one day we're hanging out and we were talking about it, and then he was like, "Yeah, I was like all American," and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." So then like 4 weeks later, we're on a podcast and we're talking about it, and I was like, "You played like college lacrosse, right?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "You were all American, right?" And he went, "No, who told you that?" And I was like, "You did." And then he went, "Yeah, I did." Yeah, it was so funny.
You called him lying?
Well, I think he was just like drunk and tall. We were just like drunk shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh no, I don't know why I said that." Yeah, I did say that. So funny.
That's the best.
I fold like that. The amount of times I've done that exact thing.
Well, yeah, because we had a conversation not long ago about the little things that we do. Like I'm almost positive that if I ever make it, like if I'm ever famous enough where there's like sleuths who go through, I'm almost positive there's a podcast somewhere where I said that I played a year of college basketball, but I never actually played. I did go to college as a preferred walk-on to play, but I did not actually end up playing. But I'm positive there's a clip of me somewhere in the moment trying to impress dudes in a podcast studio
Totally.
where I said that, or like somebody like we were talking in a group of people. It might have been on here actually, and we were talking about when we were playing pickup basketball when we first moved here.
Oh yeah,
And you were like, yeah, you were like dunking on open micers, and I went, yeah. And I vividly remember that day. I dunked in between games for fun. I didn't dunk on anybody in any of the games, but you said it, and I went, yeah.
Totally. You go, what am I going to stop the podcast?
Yeah.
Like, actually, no, I didn't.
Actually,
I'm not cool.
I would like to correct you and make the story a little less cool.
I lie all the time about little things.
I actually am making a point to stop doing that.
I've been trying to, because it's like I do it
hard.
I do it for no reason.
I know.
I mean, dude, I've told you the one where I went to Jiffy Lube. I went to Jiffy Lube, got my oil changed. I leave, and as I'm getting ready to, I'm like getting. My car is in the parking lot. The guy runs over to me and goes, "Hey man, just so you know, we accidentally cross-threaded the wing nut on the bottom of your tank, so you might have like a leak." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he was like, "Yeah, all right. No, have a good day." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I started driving. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Like, you know what I mean? You have to fix that.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I didn't realize it until like it didn't like click in my head until like an hour later when I was like, wait, they can't just fucking do that.
Yeah.
So then I at that point, Ariel had taken the car and went and did. She was like at the time like going to. I think she was going to a tattoo appointment or something. She was gone for like 6 or 7 hours. So then I went to go back and it was closed. So then the next day I went into Jiffy Lube and I went, "Hey, you guys need to like fix my oil. Like yesterday, you guys cross-threaded this wing nut. You told me about it and I left. And then I drove my kid to Dallas." I was in a car for 4 hours with a leaky oil tank, and you guys didn't fucking. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, I don't know why I said it.
Yeah.
I don't have a kid. I didn't drive to Dallas. I just wanted I wanted the stakes to be there, so my complaint was warranted, even though I could have just been like, "You guys fucked my shit up."
Yeah,
I
and
just
you
immediately
admitted
went
to it.
Yeah, and I just went straight to.
Yeah,
You
that's,
fucked my shit up and endangered my son, you piece of shit.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Like, because you led with it, right? So like, like that's the thing. It's like you probably could have gone in and been like, "Hey, it didn't really like cross my mind until like I was just in the moment, and then I realized you said this, and you guys definitely have to fix that. Like, I can't just bring my car in and you guys go, "Hey, we caused a leak, bye." And they probably would have been like, "Okay, yeah, we'll get it back there and take a look." But if they didn't, if they were like, "Well, blah, blah, blah," you could be like, "No, you guys put me in danger. I drove," like, then you double down.
Yes.
You just led with, "I have a child. We drove to Dallas and it was dangerous because of you guys." But those are the kind of lies where I go, I think it's probably best not to lie ever. But also, sometimes it's like, no, I want you to feel this.
Yeah, I want you to know that the severity of your actions have consequences.
I want you to know that it's not okay to thread my wing nut, a thing that I just learned about.
I know about wing nuts, dude. I got wing nuts, dude. You should see these little bat balls.
I want you to know that my
balls are
wing
so
nut,
small.
my wing nut can't be threaded, and that's a thing I'm pretty passionate about. You can't thread my wing. I've never had a threaded wing nut once.
You cross-threaded it.
You're gonna tell me I'm 30 years old. I'm gonna have my first threaded wing nut because of you guys?
All your wing
No
nuts
way.
are threaded. They
Sorry,
cross-threading
buddy.
it.
Oh, they cross-threaded it.
So it was not fully tight.
So, yeah.
So
my favorite Josh Francis lie ever is, I forgot who was giving you shit, but somebody was giving you shit in the parking lot of like Walmart or H-E-B.
I was doing...
And he was talking shit,
Yeah,
and the guy started talking shit back, and he went, "You're fucking lucky I'm on parole." That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's the best Josh Francis lie that I've ever heard.
This kid is trying to get people to register to vote, and I'm walking in, and I don't want to deal with it because he's got this clipboard, and he's making everybody do this. And I'm walking, and I went, and he's coming up to me, and I went, "Oh, you're good, man. I'm already registered." And he went, "No, just like sign." He's like, "It's for the registration to vote." And I went, "No, I'm already signed up." And then he was like, "I know, man." And then I went, "You're good. Stay over there." And then he went, "Fucking asshole." And then I went, "What'd you say?" And then he went, "I called you a fucking asshole." And then I got in my car, I pulled up next to him as he was walking, and I went, "You're lucky I'm on parole right now." And I drove off. And then by the way,
so good.
we laughed. He laughed at me, I laughed back.
It's fun. It's funny because I know the intent in which you said it, but then once it came out of your mouth, you guys both identified it as so silly that it actually ended the entire thing where you guys both just went, "Right? Isn't this so crazy?"
What the fuck was this?
Yeah.
Then I remember that also reminded me because I was talking to somebody the other day about how crazy because Jeff had told them the story about when we were flying into Arizona. We get there early. and it's like 6 a.m. We're flying out of Fort Lauderdale, and or maybe it was Miami, whatever. But we're flying out of somewhere in Florida. We get there early. We go to the kiosk to get our baggage claim tickets pass or whatever to get the stuff from the kiosk. And what the ticket prints out and it says go to customer support because one of the machines was down. So there's 2 lines at the airport. There's the customer service line and then there's the baggage drop line. Baggage drop is like it's like overfulling. It's like a fucking 30-minute line. There's tons of people in it. But ours says go to the customer service line. So we bypass the baggage line and go straight to the customer service. And as we're walking, some lady with like her kids and her fucking fat husband was like, excuse me, you guys, there's a line. And I went, yeah, there's a thing that says that we have to go over there. And she goes, well, I think you should get in this line because you're cutting all of us. And I went, no, I got the thing over there. And then she kept yapping and she was like, well, I think that you're valuing your time more than anybody. And so I was like, whatever. And I walk over and I get my bag, or I go to this customer support line, drop off all my stuff. I get the paperwork and everything, get that printed off, get my boarding pass printed off. And then because I'm right there, the ticketing agent went, hey, because you're right here, you don't need to get back in line for the baggage claim. I'll just take your bags. So then I get my bags taken and we're walking. Me and Jeff Dolezal we both dropped our bags right then and there. We're walking past that line and the girl's fuming and I walked up to her. I went like face to face with her and I said, have fun in line, dumbass. And I just walked off and Jeff was like, what the fuck was that, dude? It was
crazy.
And what's nuts is I look back at it and I went, I don't know why I did that. It was just I was so mad at her for like, because it's like,
she was wrong.
She was wrong.
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yes.
And then she ended up being right in a weird roundabout way.
Yeah.
Which was I did drop my bags and skip the line.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my intention. My intention was but going up to Jeff, I remember Jeff was like, Jeff was so hyped.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he needed some excitement, I think, at that moment. He was like, that was crazy.
That was an awesome way to start our day.
Yeah, 6 a.m. I had an adrenaline rush too. I'm such a pussy. I was like shaking on the plane. I was like, I can't believe I did that.
Oh my God, I can't believe I said fuck you to that lady. Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe I said fuck you to a 5'2" white lady.
Yeah, exactly. But but the airport though, it does get like, as soon as I walk in until I sit down at my gate, I am as hostile and on edge as I could ever be.
To everybody?
Just in general, like almost nothing ever happens, but I'm at the boiling point as soon as I enter. Like if something does happen, I don't go, oh, okay. Like I'm like, dude, I remember one time I was flying Spirit and I was checking my golf bag, and golf bags fly as a normal checked bag. It's not an extra thing unless it weighs over 50 pounds or something, which my golf bag doesn't. I've flown with it a million times. I know it doesn't weigh over 50 pounds. And so I get to the front and it's an older woman checking my bag and she goes, all right, honey, now we're going to have to, there's going to be an extra charge for this golf bag. And I went, no, there's not. And then she was like, yeah, no, there is, because it's an oversized bag and it's it's a golf bag. And I know, no, they fly as normal check bags. And she was like, no, I'm pretty sure they don't. And I was like, and I had literally just flown. I was flying back. I had already flown to where I was on Spirit with that policy. And I was like, when I flew with this here, and she, but like that's how they did it. And she said, well, somebody made a mistake. And I literally said to her, I was like, don't make me Google your own policy in front of you. Like I was like, that's how quickly, rather than just being like, I know this will get sorted out. I was like, don't make me prove you wrong, bitch. Like for real. And then she was like, all right, well, I can get somebody over. And I went, you don't need to. And I showed her the Spirit website that said golf bags fly as normal, whatever. And she was like, man, that's weird. And I was like, and I literally went, no, it's not. It's always been your policy. And I was just so angry, but I felt so good to be right. And then I felt bad because it's just honestly, this lady was so old that I think this is like a retirement job for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's already retired, but unfortunately, she needs extra money. So she's working the gate at Spirit. But then she's not only at the front, but then when I get to my gate, she has now made her way to the gate. And she's doing the thing, and this pisses me off. She's doing the thing where she's scanning everybody's backpack, like with her eyes, to make sure that it's big enough.
Bin,
like she pulled, I'm not kidding, probably 10 people out of line and went, make sure that fits in there. And then people are already flying Spirit. That means they don't have a lot of extra money. You're pulling them out of line for a bag that might be a little too big, but will still fit under the seat. And then it costs them an extra $50 because it does. And the bag I fly with on my back is never, in the history of ever fit in that little thing. It's a huge Patagonia camping bag. It doesn't fit. I've got a week's worth of clothes on my back right now, and it doesn't fit. And then I walked by her, and I was like, if she says something, I'm going to explode. I am going to end up on a no-fly list. Like, I was ready for smoke, and that's the feeling that I have when I'm in an airport. She didn't say anything. I went on. It wasn't a problem, but I think I need to work on that. I think I need to work on that.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
That's what I need.
I think
somebody be like, nah, you're right.
It's a natural way to feel about that
It's
stuff.
just stressful already. So then,
yeah, well, it's like
you get nickel and dime the whole way, regardless
Yeah.
of what airport you're flying. And then it's just it's a high stress situation.
What sucks about it is that there's such a power dynamic where you go, well, if she says something, you just have to comply. You just have to spend $60.
That is the thing
it's like, well,
with
what
the
the
airport
fuck?
is you don't get like, it's not like if I get into a fight with a manager at Walmart, I'm not allowed at that Walmart on Slaughter anymore. It's like, no, I'm not allowed to fly.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like if you really fuck up, you're on a no-fly list. So it's just, unfortunately, it's just not worth it.
I was on a flight it would have been from Minneapolis to Alaska. This was like
Okay, crazy.
This was like 28. No, this was 2016. I was like flying back from Japan. I had to come back from Japan to Iowa. My dad had a heart attack, and I was on the connecting flight from Alaska to Minneapolis, and a black guy and an Asian lady met on the plane right in the aisle behind me. There's nobody. I mean, obviously, there's nobody in that nobody's
Right.
taking that flight, and they were in the same aisle as each other, and they ended up hooking up. Like they were like fully making out and shit by the end of the flight. It was like a 7-hour flight, 8-hour flight.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah.
Did they get in trouble?
I know they were like just fully making out.
It is weird. Like
Right
what
behind
what
me.
level of PDA is like an infraction? Because like like if
Yeah,
you
that's like in-flight entertainment though. When there's nothing, it's like you guys don't have TVs. I'm gonna watch the interracial porn behind me.
Yeah. It's like at what point are they legally allowed to be like, you can't do that? And you're like, I'm kissing my wife. That's not okay.
It's got to be
Or whatever.
It's got to be hand stuff.
You think?
You can't be copping a feel on.
But what
TS
about like you
past
can
TSA?
make out in a way that makes people uncomfortable? I think.
Do you think a certain point of makeout should warrant?
If at any point you kind of like pull away and like tongue out, I think
If you
know
do
what I
that
mean?
in general,
No, dude, you don't
Are
make
you-
out right.
no, wait, are you like pulling back and going?
No, not like that.
What are you doing?
That one was crazy.
What do you?
Sometimes you can linger and then you
I know
just
what
go
you mean.
tongue
I know
to
what you mean.
tongue.
I know
You know
what you
what I'm
mean.
saying.
I know what you
Val,
mean.
you know what we're saying.
But if you're making out on a red eye flight, it's like just
Yeah.
go jack off in the bathroom.
Have you ever done that on a plane?
Jacked off in a bathroom?
Yeah.
No, that's a terrorist attack.
No,
My
no,
load
no.
would be, dude.
What do you mean?
I got
You have-
toxic loads, dude.
My
diet is awful.
No, dude.
It
Yeah,
would-
you like Greek yogurt loads.
Just Greek yogurt, dude. It would like burn a hole through the toilet lid.
yeah.
I don't think I would ever jack off on a plane. There's no reason to. Have you jacked off on a plane? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Flying makes me horny, man.
No
I don't
shot
know
it does.
what
You're
it
just
is.
alone with your thoughts, so you go, I'm horny. You're just bored.
No, dude, no.
You're just
Flying
bored.
You know what it is? I genuinely think this.
It's all the gay guys that are working the stewardess.
It's just my fans working the. It's there's a constant vibration when you're on the plane, and I'm always in sweatpants.
It's just a
So I'm feeling the good vibration the whole time. I'm like almost always at least 50% hard on a plane.
You're concealed carrying on the plane. That's crazy.
And so one time
You got
I
your
did.
fucking-
One time, I went and took care of it. I was like, I'm tired of dealing with this demon in the air. Let's get this out so I can watch this documentary.
Did you waistband it on the way back, or would you just wait for it to go down?
Yeah, you just linger for a minute and pat it down the left. I'm a left hanger. So
Dude, I could not crank on the plane.
it wasn't comfortable because I hardly fit.
I don't think my dick would get fully hard.
because of altitude.
Blood circulation, the pressure. I'm not an athlete. It's a mind game.
Yeah, see, I think me being able to jerk off on a plane proves my athleticism. It's taking those refined skills and applying them in life, which is what athleticism is by definition.
I don't think I've cranked.
I've done it twice, if I'm being totally honest.
What the
with you.
hell? Did you learn tips for the second time? Were you like, okay, now that it's like you've thought about it, you went, I revisit the game plan now that I've strategized?
No. It is funny. It is crazy to think like I'm like sitting in a row with people and I come back and they have no idea that I just jerked off. Because I'm not the only one who's done this for sure.
Yeah, I mean, no shot. You're the only one.
So like,
if there's a jerk to be had, it's been had.
Exactly. Yeah.
Somebody's jacked off in this room.
You think?
Kabaza for sure.
And there is a couch in here for like no reason.
I mean, you don't think Kabaza's here for like 6 hours and he's just like, well, there's 2 podcasts one at 1 and one at 4. What am I going to do for 3 hours?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you do for 3 hours.
You jerk.
You gooned a Friendly Fire podcast and you jerk.
Yeah.
And then you come in and I come in and I'm like, I think it's the algorithm. And I think the algorithm's out to get us.
I come in, dab him up. Like, okay. You know, just no idea. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you go into the public with cum hands and people have no idea.
I also think that a lot about stand-up when you go up after certain comics and you go, that's nuts. It's nuts that my mouth is right where that guy's mouth was.
Yeah.
Because there's people where I'm like, that's crazy. Like, especially like, not so much now, but like when you're like open mic days and you're just literally like following like a schizophrenic man who's like,
and it's also like 50 people have used the mic because it's been going on all night.
And one guy's like doing like a thing where he's like acting like it's like a fleshlight or something. He's like getting butt fucked in, and then he just puts it out, and you just have to like he's puts
doing
the mic
microphone dildo.
Yeah, he's doing microphone dildo in his
Classic.
ass, pulls it out, puts it in the thing, go, thank you guys so much, and then I have to go up and be like, my girlfriend is Greek, and I got his poop on my mouth.
Yeah.
Poop on my mouth.
Well, you guys used to always try to do fart mic. And I was all like on pod.
Fart mic was funny.
They used to always do that.
Fart
and
mic was funny.
We didn't keep track of the mics. It wasn't like I got my own mic. And it was like, no, you can't do fart mic.
The Friendly Fire podcast, for all those who are listening, is the second evolution of a podcast we used to do, Triple F Podcast. And that was filmed in numerous locations in Florida.
Numerous living rooms. Terrible lighting.
Terrible lighting, terrible audio quality. The riffs were good, but the farts were better.
The farts were awful, dude.
Oh, man.
I know I've gone on record many times saying this, but I don't find farts funny, and I know that
That's crazy.
I know.
A fart is the funniest thing.
There's been like 2 farts that have ever been funny.
No shot.
One time, Kat Swatner accidentally farted and thought we didn't hear it in the green room.
That's
so
the funniest
funny.
person to fart.
So funny. And then I said something, and then she said something, and then afterwards I went, "Did you fart a second ago?" And she just like, it was so embarrassed and died laughing. So that was a funny fart. And then
Val, I'm gonna send you something to pull up because
Jeff's fart at the coop. That's how good it was. I didn't even have to describe it.
Oh my God.
He remembers it.
Oh,
we were doing an open mic, and it was sometimes good, sometimes bad. It was in a tattoo shop, and they would set it up, and it was most weeks it was just only comics.
Yes.
And so we were in the back, and Jeff was sitting on a like a wooden bench. And there was a moment where, whoever's on stage is bombing. I wish we remembered who it was.
It was Freddie.
Was it?
It was Freddie.
That makes it
makes
even
it
better.
so
that
much
makes
funnier.
it even better. So this dude Freddie was on stage who we had beef with. Not real beef, but like funny beef, and kind of real beef sometimes. He did really annoy me one time at that exact mic. I threatened to fuck him up.
Should I send it to your text? Okay.
So so then in the middle of him bombing, I mean, it was just like the most perfect. He said a joke, dead silence, and then Jeff from the back,
dude,
just, brrr, like against a wooden bench,
fucking
and just like the dead silence of a bomb, and it made the whole room erupt. And it was just like one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen, because it's just like, it's just crazy to. Okay, can we play this with audio?
This is, you say that farts aren't, there's only 2 farts. This is better. This is the best thing that's ever existed this is the funniest video. No matter what, you will never be funnier than this video. So no stand-up joke, no special, no comedy movie will ever be funnier than this 7-second clip.
Okay. Oh wait, we can't hear it. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Oh, there it is.
That nigga farted, dog.
Just wait.
That nigga farted, dog.
What? Everything. You have to watch it 10 times.
That nigga farted, dog. That nigga farted, dog.
That's so funny, bro. One more time.
That nigga farted, dog.
And then he hits the three, dude. He sinks the three. It's the
That's
best
so
clip.
good.
That nigga farted, dog.
They heard it immediately, too. It's so
You got help. You got
good.
help.
It's just a little wet fart, too.
Dude, farts are...
Okay, that's hilarious.
Dude, farts are so funny.
That's funny. Okay, well, here's what I'll say. Farts can be funny. You've convinced me. I've convinced myself with the stories I just told, and that video really was the nail in the coffin. That was one of the funniest videos I've seen in a
Dude.
long time. So farts can be funny.
I'll tell you what. You know who doesn't find farts funny? We were filming
The crew of 19-year-olds that shoot your stuff.
We
I bet they hate that.
we were filming a sketch, and I went. This kid is this kid Jackson. I love Jackson. He's the best. But he's running audio for us, and I'm like fully mic'd up, and there's a boom on me, and I've got a lav mic on. And I went. It was like, is audio rolling? He went, yeah, and I went. And I farted really loud. Nobody laughed, not even the comics. And I just looked at him, and he just stared at me while holding a boom. And we just locked eyes for like 10 seconds. And I was just like, I thought you were going to laugh. And then he just didn't even say anything. And I went,
Bro,
Come on.
That silence is deadly. That disappointment.
Silent
of
but
just
deadly.
Like, are you kidding me?
yeah, like, also grow up. It's a fart.
No, dude.
Grow up. It's a fart. It's funny.
Did it smell?
No.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, of course it did.
But he's fucking over in the other room.
I remember like getting actually upset with you over farts, like for real. I
don't remember that.
There was a time where you like farted like right before we started recording. Not this, but when we recorded at my ex's house in Florida, and it just made the whole room smell. Like Josh's farts linger like crazy. His 9 out of 10 of his farts are like the rotten egg farts. And so it just like lingered the whole. I remember being like 20 minutes into the episode and just being like, man, fuck you. This sucks. Just sitting in your fucking fart. It's the worst.
Gets to a point, man.
I just don't, dude. I'll hold a fart for fucking 5 hours if I have
That's
to.
crazy.
man.
My butt can
But
never.
sometimes,
Have you ever
dude-
held a fart in so long you poop?
What? Yeah, what?
Okay,
you ever-
one second.
wait,
One
wait,
second.
wait,
Okay, one
wait.
second.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
You describe your.
I want to
fart
describe
there.
what happened in middle school. I was on I was sat next to this. This was crazy. I had 3 classes with this girl who I had a crush on, and they were all at the end of the day, right? And so I had to fart, and I held it in from like 5th period till like 8th. Then we rode the bus back together. She lived like 2 blocks away from me. Shout out Emma Drula, and she's married now. Probably has like 2 kids. Fucking bitch. And so we're on the bus together too. And I had to fart that whole time. So I just kept holding it in. And I went home. And because I had held a fart from like 1 p.m. until like 4, when I finally went to do it, just full poop.
Into the
It was
toilet?
it was an FP into the T.
So
Full
but-
poop into the toilet.
So wait, you don't think that there's just any chance that over the course of 3 hours your body just like digested food and made you shit? You think it's because you held the fart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, now that you fucking put it that way.
Have you ever held a fart so long that it went back up?
That's what I mean. It came,
Like,
but it
you
came
know
back.
what I
Yeah, it
mean?
went back up and then came back down.
I don't
With
know.
backup.
That's not how it worked.
Did
It
it-
was like, oh, you're not going to let me out? I'll be right back.
It called SWAT to kick in my door.
Boom! Yeah, it's like, oh, you thought this was a fart.
FBI, open up.
I will say I did shart twice last week, and it didn't leave the cheeks because I'm fully caked up, but I did shart twice.
What does that mean? It didn't leave the cheeks.
You know when you feel that it, dude, this is such bro pod, dude. Just talking about sharting. I had a couple days where I told you about the shart on the way back from Houston.
Yes.
That one. And then just a couple days after I put it on record, it happened again. It was both on the way to the toilet, so it was fine, but it didn't get through the cheeks.
But now this is where I wonder what this means.
It made it out of the hole, but not out of the cheeks. I thought a guy as cheeked up as you would understand.
So you're saying it just kind of...
There's a couple inches between my hole and my cheeks when I'm standing. You know? Yeah. And
so it got layered into this little like...
It just, whatever,
baby butt.
Whatever, like, it was kind of like, you know how like there's like underground aquifers of water and it's surrounded by ground, so it doesn't really, I had a little aquifer of my cheeks. And then I sat down.
Val, can we delete the last 10 minutes?
You know what's fucked up about it is we're having so much fun, but we are so like, dude, in 20 years, they'll be able to compile like 100 hours of like two
Poop
white
talk.
dudes podcasting about shit. And it'll be 50 of those hours will be us being like, you shit and jerk off, and then sometimes you shart and it doesn't leave your ass. Like, it's like, what, dude?
A poop and jerk after a shard is diabolical. I think if you do that, you spontaneous combust.
No, I don't do that.
I think you get strike down by God. I think I think that you should be killed if you do that. Dude, what else has been going on, dude?
A lot of shitting.
A lot of poop, a lot of Easter, a lot of yapping. What's happening? The draft is gonna happen soon.
Are we gonna start drafting?
No, there's no shot. But
Yeah,
but
I'm not going.
You don't have to.
If they did, I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't. Well, yeah, they don't need a oak tree.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna go. Just put this on record. I'm not going.
What do you think you would do in the military?
No, I'm not. I would
No, but I'm saying-
never go.
No, but if you had to,
Paperwork. I'm doing paper. I'm not going.
there's no part of you that would be like, give me a gun.
No.
Why not?
Literally none at all. Because if I have a gun, that means I'm somewhere around another person who has a gun.
You don't want a gun at all?
Nah, man. I want to be in the building in an office. I want to be doing stuff
about,
that
like-
makes a uniform look stupid.
But
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
well, that's-
like where
yeah.
you're like he had to tie his boots all the way to the middle of his shin to do paperwork. That's what I want to be doing.
That's a lot. That's basically 90%.
I'll cook. I want to be a chef.
God, you would be a little fucking cook.
I would be a chef, and I would also be the one who's like, you guys might not notice it, but there's actually apricot jam on the biscuits today.
Dude.
And then like most of you guys will be like, that guy sucks, but then some people will be like, it is nice that it's not always grape.
So here's big for the unit morale.
Yeah,
Big for the morale.
Like I'm gonna have sprigs of thyme and stuff. You know,
Funny you mention apricots. Do you know the
what
lore?
a crazy segue.
Do you know the lore about apricots in the military?
No. Oh. What's the lore?
Strap in. So the God, I hate that I knew there would be a clip, so my clip voice came on. I went, the military. But
So
no,
in the military.
So that's like the trap. That's the hook, by the way, Val. In case you want to make a viral clip, you go, this one time when I was in the military, and then like a bunch of people will be like, this guy's gay and not in the Marines.
Yeah.
So
what's the lore of apricots in the military? I am genuinely curious.
say it again, so it's like more clippy. Okay, so there's like one of the urban legends in the Marines is that if you have a like amphibious assault vehicles, it's like the thing that I did for 4 years. It's like the tank that goes in the water and goes from ship to shore. They don't allow apricots in the vehicle. They think it's like bad luck. And there's the story that I got told.
Okay.
Is the superstition is like very deep. Apparently in Vietnam, there was like 9 of these vehicles transporting apricots. So they were transporting chow. And every single one of them except for 2 had apricots, and all of them exploded. And then the 2, they got hit, they got blown up, whatever. All of them gone. The 2 that didn't have apricots in them survived. Then they took those same 2, restocked them, put apricots. The other ones didn't, and then those 2 blew up. Whoa. So now there's like this huge superstition that if you bring like apricots on Amtrak's, people will like it literally like hit you.
Okay, I actually think that's first off, that's crazy.
I think, you know what? It's funny. It's funny to be in Vietnam and be like, I think it's the apricots that are making us blow up.
I think the reason that we're blowing up is from the apricots and not from the people.
Not from the Viet Cong that we're trying to kill.
Yeah.
It's like shitting your pants and blaming your underwear.
Not from the people that we're fighting who we have no business fighting. Yeah.
So I'm trying to shoehorn that joke in now once a pod.
The
Shitting your pants and blaming your underwear. It's like a
yeah.
bit that Jack O'Sullivan used to say all the time.
That's like shitting your pants and
Blaming your underwear.
Where's he at?
He's in New York, dude. He's playing hockey for Columbia.
That's so crazy. We literally are friends with like a Matt Damon character.
He is a Matt Damon character.
Like
he needs to come to Austin. He should be on the pod, dude. Just be interesting to catch up.
You know what's really funny is somebody I reposted on Trial Reels the joke about living with two vets. And somebody was like, dude, get those guys a mic. This would be a great podcast. And then I was like, well, I have a podcast with one, and I tagged Friendly Fire. But then I was thinking about how negatively received Jack's appearance on our podcast was way back in the day. Not by a lot, but just by a couple people.
Well, yeah, because that was like your fucking communist friends being like...
No. It wasn't even that.
Antifa friends being like...
No, because we didn't talk politics. What it was what I was talking about earlier, where like we would be having a conversation and it would be like a debate, and Jack would just be like, no. And like there were a couple people who were like, what the fuck is this guy? What's this guy's deal? And I'm like, he believes what he believes, man.
So
he also
funny.
believes what Nick Fuentes believes.
So funny, dude. He's so funny. Dude, the amount of times where he'd be like, I don't know.
My favorite time with him is when this happened on the pod, where the thing about Jack is that he is like a 6'2" built. He was a Navy SEAL, hockey player, boxer, grew up in Boston.
He's like what every guy, like, it's like it's portrayed in a movie.
Yeah,
he's like a fucking sleeper agent.
Yes, exactly. And so he is that, but he also is like really into like foreign film.
Totally.
So like, and he is clavicular autistic, where it's like he doesn't appear that way because he's like this handsome dude. He's fucking, doing whatever cool shit. Like, I don't know if I would say clavicular does cool shit, but like he's not like
playing poker.
He would study game
Game theory.
for poker, and like knew how to count cards and blackjack,
making tons of money doing
and I was like telling him, I was like, bro, you're autistic. And he was like, took it offensively, obviously, because he's like a fucking bro. So he's like, I'm not fucking autistic. To
be fair,
blah, blah, blah.
if somebody called me autistic, I'd go, fuck you.
Yeah, true. But there's so much evidence of his like he's very particular with food and texture in his food. He hyper fixates on things and like masters them and then moves on to a new one. He literally was like, right now he's going to Columbia and playing hockey. 6 months ago, he was learning to fly. When he lived with us, he was playing professional poker, and then before that, he was on a team counting cards in Vegas for sponsors, like whatever. I don't need to describe that, but like he has all of these things that he really hyper fixates on. Foreign film is one of them. And in this conversation, I'm describing all of this stuff, and he's pushing back, and I finally give up, and there's a brief moment, and then he goes, do you think Stanley Kubrick had autism? And I was like, no, but you do. Obviously, you do.
I remember. Also,
so funny, bro.
Also, for the record, I think every famous director is autistic.
Probably, yeah.
You mean Christopher Nolan? You can't tell me that guy's just not just like fucking what the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Stanley Kubrick full autistic.
Yeah, 100%.
He was like making that lady get tortured by Jack Nicholson for The Shining.
Yeah, and like now the thing is like now autism, it used to be like it was only a thing that like a couple people had because nobody was trying to get diagnosed or whatever. And then there was all this awareness of what it actually is. And I think a lot of people realized like, oh, actually I have a lot of those behaviors that I've maybe struggled with my whole life. And this actually makes a lot of sense. I'm definitely like on the spectrum. But we've gone too far with the spectrum thing where like the spectrum is not like a scale of 1 to 10. It's like traits that you can have all over the place. And now everybody is autistic. I've literally heard people make the argument of like, well, we're all on the autism spectrum. And then it's like, well, no, because if we are all autistic, then none of us are autistic.
Yeah.
Right?
If everybody's drunk driving, nobody's
drunk
driving.
driving. That's like shitting.
That's like shitting your pants and believing you're on.
No, but so, and then like, bro, a thing that's really been not bothering me, but it's just a thing that comes up is sometimes I go, listen, hot chick, you're not autistic. You were just so hot your whole life. You didn't develop a personality. And now we've given you one by anybody being able to say they're autistic. Just because you like the Marvel movies and that's your only
And to color
thing,
wed.
That doesn't make you autistic.
I really like to color wed in the Marvel movies.
Now
In my Spider-Man pajamas.
Now, not being able to say your R's doesn't make you autistic, but that Venn diagram is
right
pretty big.
I think the thing about ladies is that if the hotter they are, the less they have to do stuff like that.
Sure.
And that's why I think that people get the assumption of like, the hotter the girl, the crazier she is. It's like, no, that's just nobody's told her no for so long that she does behaviors that nobody's policed because she's hot and they put up with it.
Yes. So I would like to say there are hot chicks who have autism, obviously.
Clip it! Just that part.
It's the opening segment of the pod.
I just want to say this. There are obviously hot autistic kids.
Yeah, I didn't say kids. I said girls.
I know.
There are hot chicks who are autistic, for sure. There's also hot chicks with Down syndrome. No, but yeah, that's the point that I'm trying to make.
You can be beautiful and have autism.
Yeah, there is. You
can be ugly and not.
You can be ugly and not. You can be ugly and be autistic.
You're allowed.
That sucks.
I don't
That's
like a
tough life.
Yeah, I don't like a lady cop.
A lady cop?
I think that's worse than a
hot lady autist. Or
or like just an uggo.
I do like seeing a lady cop and they're standing with their vest like that. It's just a funny way to stand as a woman, just to be like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And like, I don't take you seriously just because you're holding your chest.
Yeah. Do you remember the Yaga phase of the internet when people would like pull on ponytails and go Yaga?
Yeah.
So you should just do that as lady cops.
But they're all in buns. Like, just lift them off.
Like a claw machine.
Just holding them up.
I just think that they shouldn't give them guns.
I think they need, if anything, they need two guns.
Yeah, one backup in case when the guy gets a hold of the gun, they need a second one. For when they accidentally give the criminal the gun, They need a backup one.
They need two guns for when they accidentally lose the first one to the
the
criminal. And
One's
then they
a
gotta pull
decoy
out the
gun.
other. In case they accidentally empty a clip into their partner, they need to have another one. Where they go, oh, fuck, that wasn't the guy.
Sarge, he fell right into our plan.
Yeah.
He took the decoy gun and shot my partner Williams, but then I managed to pull out my second gun.
They're like, wait, it's a decoy gun. Why did it have bullets in it? Well, they both have bullets in it in case I get confused. You don't want me to accidentally pull the decoy gun and he has the real gun. They both have to be real.
They both are real.
Lives are going to be lost. But I got the guy, didn't I? Amazing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Are we at an hour?
I think we're at an hour. I think that's going to conclude us for this evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the episode. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep it running, Val, and